Hello everyone, and welcome to the presentation of what we've discovered about CLS's current state and our recommendation for their future. Firstly, a quick overview. We performed a gap analysis that we'll cover in more detail shortly, but we conducted this analysis with a view to uncovering items that needed to be addressed to reach your short and long-term goals. We looked at your business as it is today and why you are in this current position. And from the interview process and our research, we have come up with a number of items that should be addressed so that you can reach what we'll call your future state. Just so we're all on the same page, a bit of background as we understand CLS. You're a training organisation and you were founded by you guys. Two ex-corporates looking for a greater work-life balance. You both bring a range of skills to the business and perform wide and varied roles, and it would be fair to say that at this stage you haven't quite got the work-life balance right. You offer 2 accredited courses and 6 non-accredited courses that are all offered via face-to-face training. You employ 8 part-time staff who perform ad hoc roles as required, and your team of 24 national trainers work on a contract basis. Of note, you have one major account that is responsible for 85% of your revenue, and it goes without saying that they are a major focus as we stand. The scope of this presentation aims to in part alleviate the reliance of CLS on its directors and more importantly on its major client Cognate. We will look at both your immediate short-term goals and also your important long-term goals, and then we'll describe suggested action to reach all of them. To come to our recommendations, we performed a gap analysis. We used the 7 sequential step process and we analysed data obtained from your original brief and subsequent interviews. We uncovered a number of items that may need addressing, but after much discussion with my colleagues, we were all in agreement that there were 2 key areas that needed immediate attention. We'll cover these items in more detail, but in short, your lack of structure and strategy appear to be your greatest barrier to becoming the great training organisation you could be. We will offer suggestions for a preferred structure and also some detail on implementing a strategy to move forward.
Following on from the gap analysis that we undertook in the interview with you, we're able to identify the issues that we say, if addressed properly, will see the desired outcome that you're seeking. We have identified that there is an over-reliance of the 2 directors, which is limiting the potential growth and saleability of the company. As you mentioned in your interview, there is no sales and marketing strategy in place, and that this is clearly an area that needs to be addressed to increase the client base. There's also a high reliance on Cognate, your main client. This is something that you also saw as being an issue, and the fact that the discounted rate at 50% below current standard fee has never been revisited or reviewed. You also saw that this was an issue and that it needed to be explored further. There's also no online training provided by the company, which we see as potential revenue that is not being looked at. There is limited involvement of the trainers, which we say can be better utilised to meet the needs of your company, and at present there are only a few part-time employees performing adult roles. In relation to your brand, we see no brand promotion in place, which we say limits your opportunity to get your name out there.
As described on the previous slide, the group utilised the McKinsey 7S model to cluster the issues raised in the client brief as items of significance, but also considered additional information gathered during the interview process. This involved looking at the issues through the frames of strategy, structure, systems, style, skills, staff, and shared goals, with consideration given to both the current and future states for each frame. From a strategic perspective, the group identified that the current state of having no formalised sales and marketing approach beyond word of mouth and relationship management is limiting the growth opportunities of the business. In addition, the focus on Cognate, whilst admittedly profitable at present, has stymied any plans for diversification or development of an online presence. Our future state recommendation for CLS is to encourage the adoption of a formalised sales and marketing strategy, including an appropriate budget and specialised resources, in order to develop a broader customer base. A clear strategy to diversify the product offering and to explore development of an online training approach is also part of our recommendation for the strategic future state of the business. Structurally, our analysis found that there is an urgent need to rethink the way the business is currently set up. The over-reliance on you, the directors, to carry out tasks that would be delegated to specialist staff in other organisations has led to limited time for you to focus on important business goals and the formulation and execution of strategic plans. Our recommended future state for CLS is to add in some layers of responsibility between the administrative staff and yourselves. With the addition of a sales and marketing team and an office manager, the structure will allow you to better focus your efforts on the strategic direction and growth of the company. Just by way of additional information, although the traditional solution of get the strategy right and the structure follows is often applied to this type of business issue, our belief in this instance is the opposite. We believe that CLS should address the structural issues within its organisation first, and through this work, the strategic plans developed will have a greater chance of success. As part of our review process, a stakeholder mapping exercise was conducted. For this activity, we placed the directors at the centre of our graphic, with each of the significant players spreading out from this centre. Although in the current business state, the Cognate account is largely responsible for the success of the business, we do not see them as the major player in the next chapter of the CLS story. We believe that your ability to engage with and to create buy-in from both the administrative and training staff, whilst building relationships with new and existing clients, will be key to establishing a broader business base and achieving sustainable growth.
Taking the issues developed during the client interview, here we explore the current and future states and provide a breakdown of what we consider to be the key areas needing attention. First of all, we recommend formalizing a structure that introduces clear roles and responsibilities. Consideration should be given to decrease casual employees by hiring a sales and marketing professional and/or a full-time office manager. A clear strategy is also crucial, as it will assist in your ability to grow the business away from its current reliance on Cognate and its reliance on face-to-face delivery of training. The strategy should include focus areas on new sales, structure, brand awareness, and product development, which will include an online training model. A financial investment needs to be made in these areas to build the CLS brand and offerings. We also recommend creating material for trainers to develop leads after delivering their training and rewarding them for converted leads. This will create considerable buy-in from a group that are having direct contact with clients daily. Furthermore, we would propose discussing the option of co-branding with Cognate when you're delivering their training and trying to secure some space on your training material for the CLS brand. Finally, as part of the growth strategy, directors need to focus on what funding is available for business in specific courses and add further accredited courses as part of the overall offerings. With a decline in government training, CLS needs to offer a broader range of courses to attract more clients. The main focus to this point for CLS has been to deliver a small range of training options to their customer base. Given the majority of their revenue comes from one customer, most of their efforts and resources go to delivering training under the Cognate brand. The relationship with Cognate is pivotal at this point to the survival of CLS, and it needs to be protected as CLS starts to implement a strategy for growth. Having said that, CLS needs to commit to broadening their product range, invest in technology and people, and engage current and new clients by allocating appropriate resources in order to achieve a platform capable of growth. New direct clients will attract high profit margins whilst increasing revenue away from Cognitive, which will add to the value of a business for potential purchase. All things considered, our recommendations primarily aim to develop a more autonomous environment which will enable the directors to partly remove themselves from daily operations and reduce the business's dependency on them by adding structural hierarchy, formalizing and documenting procedures operations, and introducing middle management. It also importantly adheres to the original intentions of the directors, which was to create greater work-life balance and to take control of their own work-related decisions and accountabilities.
During our interview with you and our subsequent analysis, it was clear that there was no sales and marketing strategy in place. We have now formulated a strategy specifically designed for your company that we believe will assist you in your ability to grow your business in a way that considers your current customer base, yet will allow you to become less reliant on your main customer, Cognitive. Our strategy for your company is clear. We say that you should focus on new areas of sales, product development, structure and brand awareness. The aim is to build the CLS brand and its offerings. The reality is that a financial investment is needed in these areas. We believe that the flow-on effect will see more of a self-sufficient company that can stand alone in the marketplace. We say that to achieve these goals, a greater engagement is needed from all levels of staff within the company. We say that the staff engagement generates additional input, which provides for a more committed approach to the desired outcome. Let's now address the issues that we have identified with the viewer moving forward. Our approach to this was to implement strategies that we believe will provide suitable outcomes and meet your expectations. We have previously discussed the issue of the reliance on one main customer. Our strategy to employ a sales and marketing person will see the development of new customers that will provide relief in the way of moving away from the reliance of Cognitive, and in turn allowing for the spreading of the risk for the company. In addition, with our strategies, the company can focus more on the CLS brand and offer a broader range of products that will accommodate these new customers. When we looked at how we can develop your online training model, our recommendations to engage in a third party in this area is seen to be a strategic one. We say that by utilising the expertise of these people, they can, with your input, produce a quality product that will stand alone in the marketplace. When we looked at your current position with the use of your trainers, we saw a potential source of additional revenue that has previously been overlooked. We say that by allowing the trainers to develop their own leads, that this promotes positive engagement by them, which in turn fosters one's self-worth within the company. The flow-on effect would see the generation of new leads and new customers, which would then see an increase in revenue. We say that this form of networking would be a very effective use of your current resources and also very cost effective. We considered the importance of your relationship with your main customer, Cognitive. We saw an opportunity of the possibility of co-branding on some of the training material that is used. The approach that we suggest would be a subtle one, yet provide some scope for allowing your brand to be out there. This approach is not a new one and is often used in today's environment. We see this as recognition of your company. If approached in the right way, we say that Cognitive would not oppose something of this nature. When analysing these issues, we also saw the potential for obtaining external help and financial backing. We know that there is support and funding available in areas of your industry. Our recommendation to broaden your product line would provide the opportunity for your company to become eligible for government grants and funding. At present, the targeting of high-end customers does not allow for this funding to be available. We see this as an opportunity that will assist you in achieving your goal of developing your company to be available to the marketplace in the future as a saleable product. This brings us to the final part of this presentation. We have established that the main focus of your company in the past has been on the reliance of one main customer, Cognic. This has meant a higher reliance on that one customer for revenue, and more importantly, for your own survival. We have seen that in the past you have spent a large portion of your time and efforts into delivering your product under the Cognic brand. We can see that your relationship with Cognic is pivotal, in that without them your business would most likely have collapsed by now. Like with any customer, the relationship does need to be protected, especially in your case, and we agree with this. We believe that our approach for implementing a strategy for growth will protect this interest with Cognic, whilst allowing you to move forward and achieve your own goals. Our strategy does involve a commitment from your business as we move forward. And as you have seen with our research and analysis, we believe that in broadening your product range, investing in technology, and sourcing new clients are pivotal in achieving the platform that is needed for increasing revenue away from Cognic, thus resulting in a less of a reliance on this one company. We believe that your path for success will be more clearly defined and structured, and if followed, will add value to your business that will be seen by potential buyers as a desirable product worth investing in. In moving forward with our recommendations, we see a more autonomous environment which will enable the directors to partly remove themselves from the day-to-day operations. We say the adding of a structural hierarchy and the formalising of operational procedures is in line with the intentions of the directors. That is to create a better work-life balance and take control of their own work-related decisions and accountabilities. We see exciting times ahead for your company and look forward to working with you in your journey moving forward. Thank you.